About me, part three. Even if I said about Euro, like Yekaterinburg, Chelyabinsk, I actually was in Ukraine too. My Ukrainian places would be Kiev, and I was more south, I would say, not Odessa, but more up. So they had like different cities there, and they had like a big river. When I was completely young, I think it's even before the school, so I was there, and later I was in Kiev. So even if I had all those different hockey stuff, most likely it was in winter time, but during the summer I could be in Ukraine. So my different drills and different hockey ways, I guess in some sense maybe were affected by Ukrainian life, I guess. I was like in 1980 when they had Olympics in Russia, when it was like situation something like Russia was disqualified or something, but I was in Kiev at that time. I was in Kiev, summer 1980, and I've seen a lot of foreign buses, nice looking foreign buses. The best one I've seen, like very high. I think they're better than Greyhound, American bus. It was like special, nice looking buses for Olympics. It's kind of like for the tour, like when you go to Europe, you have tour, you go on a bus. It's kind of like that. Plus, I've seen some have screens, look like, I don't know, videos or for something. So in some sense, it's like for European tours, or even better than that. So I think I was impressed by Olympic people, I guess, coming from Europe, and they were stopping in Kiev. So I've seen Olympic people in real life, because something was done in Kiev, certain part for sport, and then most of Olympics had to be in Moscow, but it was cancelled and they came back to Kiev. So it was like, how to explain? It's like they didn't know what to do, I guess, but they were kind of driving around. I guess they spent some time in Kiev in Ukraine. So in 1980, because if I'm 68, so 2 and 10, so I was 12 years old. That's when, being 12 years old, I did skate, and I had good already skating experience, because I started to skate earlier, before school. So it was like kindergarten time when I started to skate. I was skating when other boys and girls were sitting inside of kindergarten. I was on the ice rink. So, but that was Euro. That was like certain experience, I guess, Euro hockey and this and this. Some might don't understand me. How come I came to different tricks and ways and special techniques and something more than that. I think I was impressed by Olympic people when I was 12 years old, when I was in Kiev, because I have all those buses, nice looking buses, and Olympic people. I can tell they're not fat, and they're like fit, very very good fit. You know, you can tell they're Olympic people for sport. So, and they do have management for them. At some point, they mixed me up. They thought I'm a kid belonging to some of players. They were trying to figure out if I should go on a bus, because that bus was like, it was some kind of big old church where everybody was kissing the toe. It's like, it's very shiny. Your toes on the bottom, but it's kind of like rounded, and they were kissing, and it's like, I guess it's kind of copper or bronze or something. Everything black, but that piece was like a shiny one. So I was around the church, and somewhere bus over there, and basically they mixed me up with. They thought I am a kid, but because they were talking foreign language, and but anyway, I didn't go to the bus, but I was around, I guess, Olympic people. So my brain kind of changed to how it looks like. Those Olympic people on buses is much different experience than, I would say, Ekaterinburg or some small town, I guess, in Ekaterinburg, or I was in Chelyabinsk too. Chelyabinsk is kind of smaller than Ekaterinburg. It's, I think, 4 hours drive from Ekaterinburg, but they're close. But still, to me, that is good for us, for everything, but it's kind of provincial stuff. But my other non-provincial kind of stuff, I would say, came from Kiev, and looking at Olympic people and real buses from Europe. So and it was summertime. At some point, they closed some streets. You cannot go, you cannot do certain stuff. Basically, they had some kind of management, because Olympics were canceled, and they had some management inside of that Kiev. That's where I was, and they didn't allow to go to certain places, whatever. Something was closed. So I guess later, because I was 12, but I keep skating in my many drills in different ways and parks and in special goals. Some were before, but some were later. But I guess I had in mind that previous Olympic experience in Kiev. So that's how many people maybe look right now. Look like a guy from Europe, but in some way look kind of something else, something different, because of that Olympic experience in Kiev. Just when you see people, when you see buses, when you see Olympic spirit of real people, not on TV but in real life, you will change your mind. You might start to think different. So I think it did affect me in some way, and working on different drills and skating, I guess, were kind of, in some sense, support. And then before that, I was in Kiev. Not in Kiev. No, I was Kiev later. I had another summer there after 1980, but no Olympics. So I would say my Ukrainian experience is different. Maybe not so much skating, but more like international presence and people in sport involved. And I would say Kiev is warmer than Ural, so they do have more like a kind of more sport designed for summertime, more like soccer or different sports for summer. I would say if somebody is concerned with summer sports, Kiev would be pretty good place. You just need to find. It's a big city. They have subways everywhere. Subways. Well, St. Petersburg may be bigger, but it's kind of like St. Petersburg, but more south. but it's not small. It's still, you need to take trains, subways everywhere. So anyway, I would say that's my additional experience beside hockey, but in some sense it could be affected when I started to practice after 12 years old, after Olympics that were canceled, but I've seen a lot of people in Ukraine, Olympic people. So I can say, have a good time, bye.